You are listening to Lesson 1, Chapter 5 of Form 4 Cameroon History. Cameroon General Education. Narrated by Wacheseh Academy. The collapse of the federal system. Reasons for the abolition of the federal system. Political. President Ahidjo had accepted a centralized federation in July 1961 in the Fumban Conference to appease southern Cameroonians, and as a step towards the creation of a unitary state. Ahidjo believed that the administrative, economic, and linguistic differences of the two territories had disappeared after 10 years of coming together in a centralized federation, hence the territory was ripe for a unitary state. To reduce administrative complications or bottlenecks and duplication of functions in order to ease administration. To accelerate national integration because the two-state federal structures hindered the free movement of people and tribes outside their states. To prevent ethnic conflicts between tribes of East and West Cameroon, such as the Bamileke in the east and the Wacheseh in the west. To prevent the secession of West Cameroon. Ahidjo wanted more powers to deal with his opponents East and West Cameroon. He wanted political stability and did not want to share power for fear of rivalry and to be unseated. The federation was strange to East Cameroonians, and as such many wanted it stopped, thus gave their full support to Ahidjo. The massive support is given to Ahidjo by East Cameroonians in order to dominate the West Cameroonians. The fighting in West Cameroon among politicians gave Ahidjo the opportunity to create a unitary state. Pressure from some West Cameroonians, especially of the coastal and forest areas, on Ahidjo to create a unitary state in order to pick positions in the unitary system. To promote bilingualism faster because the federal system made English strongly implanted in West Cameroon and East Cameroon. Economic reasons. Ahidjo augured that it was very expensive for a third world country like Cameroon to run 4 assemblies and 3 government. West Cameroon was unable to balance its budget. To prevent West Cameroon from seceding with oil discovered in West Cameroon and prevent the episode of copper-rich Katanga in Congo, etc. In the federal structures in their countries to secede. To make better use of human resources and promote development in Cameroon. To make better use of agricultural resources. To accelerate the level of investment. To increase the income per capita for all Cameroonians. Steps taken by Ahidjo to abolish the federal system of government and create a unitary state by 1972. Political. President Ahidjo signed a decree on October 20, 1961 creating 6 territorial regions and inspectorates headed by federal inspectors answerable directly to him. The appointment of an East Cameroonian Jean-Claude Ngo as a federal inspector in West Cameroon with wither powers than the Prime Minister helped in the abolition. The appointment of mostly East Cameroonians to top ministerial positions in the federal government. Ahidjo made sure the federal institution in Yaoundé enjoyed more powers than the state institutions. There was over-centralization of functions in Yaoundé, such as the revenue earning department including courts, customs, and medical, which weakened the economy of West Cameroon and forced them to accept the unitary system. Ahidjo created a single-party state in September 1961. He used the CNU list system to nominate members into state and federal legislature. He used his full legislative power and dismissed from the government. President Ahidjo informed the federal parliament in Yaoundé of the need to create a unitary state, and was approved in May 1972. Ahidjo submitted to the Cameroon people a one-sided referendum giving advantages to the unitary state. Gendarmes and police terror forced many West Cameroonians to vote yes. Social measures. Ahidjo refused to establish an Anglo-Saxon university in West Cameroon, but encouraged West Cameroon to study in French-oriented universities in Yaoundé. West Cameroonians were discouraged from going to Anglo-Saxon universities abroad in order not to promote the differences in English and French systems of education. The French language was given priority over the English language in most public places. Churches were encouraged to establish stations across the nation. Promotion of national sports involving West and East Cameroonian colleges and football clubs. Economic. The francs were adopted as a single currency. The Federal Chamber of Commerce was created in 1962. A branch of the Cameroon Development Bank was established and kept state account that made West Cameroon lose its financial independence. The adoption of a uniform system of weights and measurement. The formation of a single trade union in 1969 bringing together workers. Economic centralization in Douala at the expense of West Cameroon economic centers in Tycho, Victoria, Kumba, and Mamf. The closure of the Tycho airport and the establishment of a single international airport. The neglect of the Tycho, Boda, and Victoria seaports with the establishment of a single seaport in Douala. Ahidjo adopted higher salaries for East Cameroonian workers, which attracted West Cameroonian civil servants with lower salaries.